Vic Petrov, $250,000, student of Adrian Morrison.
Vic is here because guess what, everybody? Vic is here, but Vic is actually here. Let's say hey to Vic. Boom! There's Vic.
I spent 20 years of my life in this country looking for success.
What does this mean to you?
It means everything. It changed my life. I'm a foreigner. English is a second language to me. If I could do it, if I can do it, anyone can do it. As any other type of business, running your Shopify store should be taken very seriously. You must invest in your education because things you don't know most likely will negatively affect your bottom line. In my case, I remember struggling to keep my Shopify store profitable during the first few months in business. I would spend a lot of time and money to try to learn as much as I could from the best people in the field. And what I have ultimately learned, there is no one particular thing that could magically make your store a success overnight. It's rather a combination of things you must implement in your store to go from being negative to breaking even to finally generating enough sales to become successful, and then hopefully to become mega successful, because we are all in these things to make some money. Agree? In this video, I'd like to share with you 7 extremely important things that if you implement in your store should make a profitable and successful enterprise. Number 1, you're pushing product that nobody needs. It would be easy if you could just add any random product to your store and the whole wide world start running to purchase it, making you an instant millionaire. It doesn't work this way in the real world. The reason is so important that you cannot possibly overestimate it. In fact, peddling the wrong product is the main reason that most dropshipping businesses are doomed before they even start. You heard the expression, you cannot polish a turd. Usually people spend all the money on their advertising without generating any or just few sales. Sometimes they think they have a problem with their advertising. Having spent all their money without result, they get discouraged and some of them quit. My mentor liked to repeat, nobody cares what is your passion. Nobody cares what you like. The question is to ask yourself before selling anything, are my customers going to be as passionate about this product? Will they like it enough to buy it? So true. Therefore, before you even add your first item to your Shopify store, better yet before you even open your store and name it, you have very comprehensive understanding what sells and what doesn't. So many people ruin their own business and heading toward bankruptcy because they simply want to reinvent the wheel. There are some very simple and not so simple steps to avoid this trap. But even if you do the basic research, you're going to do better off than the large majority of new, even some seasoned online sellers. Instead of burning piles of cash to find out what would sell, it's much easier to sell a hot product that has already proved itself to sell well. And it is so easy to do. All you need to do is to go to the world's largest online stores like Amazon, eBay, AliExpress to sort items in any category by number of comments, number of watched items, and number of orders respectively. That step alone will give you a pretty good idea what sells and what direction you should move. Some other things you can do is to go to more successful retailers in your niche. Most stores will allow you to sort items so you can instantly see their best sellers. Do these retailers have a social media like Facebook, Instagram? I bet they have. Go there and scroll through their news feed. You should even see the actual posts and ads they run into their store. Do you think they would run those ads if the product they advertise wouldn't sell? Most likely they would not. There are some other, a bit more advanced ways to crack open your competitor's store, and I will be teaching them later on. Number 2, you have no customers email list or you don't email it. This reason is so huge, and there is so many e-commerce out there, including experienced ones, that are victims of their own device. Shopify has a simple app to collect any emails, not just buyers, but those that has abandoned their shopping carts. You must start emailing your list right away. I don't care if you have 3 people on it. Seriously. Remember, you won't be able to go back in time and recoup the money you have lost today by not emailing. It is a gross misconception that you need a huge list to make money. I say quality is as important, if not more important. And when it comes to your Shopify buyers and visitors, you have a homemade list that has the potential to put some serious cash in your pockets. People ask me, how often should I mail? And my answer is email 3 times per week. On holidays like Christmas, email up to 3 times per day. Most of your customers should be okay with it. Number 3, you do not generate enough back-end income. Very few sellers know about it, and even fewer implement it. In fact, I've been running my store for an entire year before I learned about it from my mentor. By then, my approximate losses from not having it were at least $25,000. Ouch! Ignorance is very pricey. If you sold your item today, it is on your front end. If later you have emailed your existing customer and he has bought from you again, it is your back-end money. True, every time you email your list and people buy, you make your back-end sale. But you can go a step further and set up an automatic email sequence that is possible in virtually every other responder. You should keep emailing same customers, say every week from the time you have acquired him. So in total, you're going to email him, say 20% off discount code. And if you have 52 items in your store, you have just automated 52 weeks of auto email. That is entire year. What if you have 1,000 customers? Every customer, unless he or she unsubscribes, will receive 52 promotional emails. Do your math. This is a hot list that converts like a wildfire. The best part, you could make money while asleep. Don't delay. Start today. Number 4, you don't incentivize your customers to spend more. One day I had a customer that spent around $1,500 purchasing 44 items in one single order from my store. I had quite a few orders in vicinity of $300 to $600 on weekly basis, and many more around $100 per day, every single day. My average order was 3.5 items per order. Why? Because I offered rewards that's hard to resist to those customers who bought from me and spend more. My mentor has always taught me, and that one thing I will never forget: people will spend big money to save little money. I've seen it every single day. There is many ways to encourage them. Buy one, get the second one at 10% off, third at 15% off, fourth at 20% off, spend $100 and get free shipping. Buy A, get B free. Just use your imagination. Number 5, you don't have free plus shipping offers. This is a continuation of previous challenge, and this is how you create an offer that is very irresistible to customers, but also quite profitable for you as a seller. Your solution should definitely be a free plus shipping offer. Personally, I made about 1/3 of my Shopify revenue on free plus shipping offers. For those of you that are not fully familiar with it, let me explain, because the details are very important. I want to mention that though you should advertise it as free, but must clearly mention that the buyer must pay for shipping. If you fail to mention it, your Facebook ad might not be approved, your account might also be blocked for deceptive advertising practices, because people will start complaining to Facebook. Your free plus shipping offer must have all these elements to succeed. A. You must find an item off AliExpress that has high perceived value but would cost you under $5 including shipping. This offer will not work or work very poorly with any item that perceived by your customer as cheap. The example of good item for this offer would be a watch that sells on the AliExpress for $4.95 with free shipping. B. Your shipping fee should be anywhere from $8.95 to $11.95, and you should not combine shipping. Means that a buyer must pay shipping for every item. If, for example, buyer purchased 3 items at $9.95 each, this buyer must be charged shipping fee of $29.85. There is a few good Shopify apps that allow you to set your own shipping fee. And finally, C. You must be able to find a way to make your customer to buy more than one item. I would simply add limit to 3 items to my product description, and that alone would create a perceived scarcity to my offer, making quite a few customers buying 3 items or even more, even if they needed only one. And number 6, you don't target worldwide audience. Chances are this one hurting you a lot, and chances are you are leaving a lot of money on the table because you are following your false preconceived ideas and you run your ads for some countries but totally missing out on some other lucrative markets. Listen, I've been in your shoes. I've made same mistake by targeting only so-called civilized countries like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, or a Big Five as some call them. It was a huge mistake for me personally, and I left enormous amount of money on the table. When I finally realized it, I went to Facebook and I've changed my ads to worldwide targeting. Yes, while creating your ad, instead of particular country, you can type worldwide. I was utterly shocked by my result. Sufficient to say that buyers from Brazil, for instance, have spent as much money in my Shopify store as Canadians and Australians, and much more than buyers from UK. Even small European country like Croatia has outspent countries like Spain and Germany. Yes, you do need to keep an eye on your stats, and yes, you must exclude any country if it becomes a money pit for you. But always start with worldwide audience while creating your Facebook ad. The Facebook pixel is so smart, it can find your customer no matter what country they are located in. The world market is dramatically changing, and you will be surprised that people in a lot of developing countries are eager to spend their money to buy your product. And finally, number 7, you have terrible customer service. Remember, nowadays customers have choice. If you don't care about them, somebody will. They will jump the ship and they will take their money with them. This is your worst nightmare. Why? Because it's much easier to sell to those that have purchased from you before. It takes a lot of money, time, and effort to acquire a customer. So, if you fail to keep this customer, then you're your worst enemy. It's better for you not even to go into business if you are not willing to provide customers with great service. I've gone almost any lengths to make my customer happy, especially my repeat customer. That included giving full refunds as well as 50% off discount for future purchases. I'd also include a small surprise gift to anyone that spent $100 or more in my store. And boy, have they responded. I had a big segment of customers that had purchased from me 7-10 times, and I had quite a few that purchased from me 11-30 times. I mean, customers would recommend me to their friends, and with time I had more and more word-of-mouth referrals. Not bad for a Ukrainian immigrant that competes with Jeff Bezos. By the way, this is the only way to beat Jeff, by serving your customers better than Amazon. There was a time I thought, why anyone in his right mind would ever buy from me when there is Amazon? I cannot compete with them, right? Then I have found the simple way to compete and win. Treat your customers like a king, and he responds with his credit card.